There is a moment that happens sometimes. A moment so small, so unremarkable, that you wouldn't even notice it if you were standing right there. A keystroke, a single character on a screen, and yet, somehow, that moment becomes the hinge upon which an entire life swings open into territory you never imagined possible. This is a story about one of those moments. It begins in the summer of 2009 in a small town in New Zealand, a country known for its quiet beauty. Rolling green hills, long stretches of coastline where the ocean meets the land with a kind of gentleness. But this story isn't about landscapes. It's about a man named Leo Gao and a mistake that would turn him into a fugitive. Leo ran a small business, a gas station to be exact. Nothing glamorous, the kind of place where people stop for fuel, grab a coffee, maybe exchange a few words about the weather. He wasn't wealthy, he wasn't struggling, he existed in that vast middle ground where most of us live, working, paying bills, getting by. In May of that year, Leo needed a loan, $10,000, a modest sum, enough to help with the business, to cover some expenses, to keep things moving forward. So he went to Westpac, one of New Zealand's largest banks, and filled out the application. $10,000. That's what he asked for. But somewhere in the machinery of the bank, something went wrong. You have to understand, banks are systems, vast networks of computers and protocols and human hands, all working in concert to move money from one place to another. And most of the time, these systems work perfectly. They have to. But every system, no matter how sophisticated, is vulnerable to one thing: human error. Someone at Westpac was processing Leo's loan application, and in that moment, in the mundane act of typing numbers into a database, they made a mistake. Instead of approving a $10,000 overdraft facility, they typed something else, something much, much larger. $10 million. Not 10,000, 10 million. One extra digit, one misplaced keystroke, and just like that, Leo Gao had access to more money than he'd ever seen in his life. More money than most people will ever see. A fortune sitting in his account, as if the universe had simply decided to hand it to him. Now here's where the story gets interesting, because what would you do, really, if you're honest with yourself? What would you do if you woke up one morning and discovered that someone had accidentally given you $10 million? Leo didn't hesitate. He took the money and ran. Within days, he'd withdrawn hundreds of thousands of dollars, cash. He bought things, luxury items, goods, whatever caught his eye. But more importantly, he made a plan. He knew this wasn't going to last. He knew somewhere in his mind that the bank would notice eventually. So he did what anyone running from something might do. He disappeared. Leo and his girlfriend, Kara Herring, fled New Zealand. They went to Hong Kong first, then to mainland China. They moved through cities like ghosts, spending money in casinos, staying in hotels, living a life that felt, for a moment, like something out of a movie, free from consequences, free from the rules that govern the rest of us. But here's the thing about money that appears out of nowhere. It doesn't feel real. And when something doesn't feel real, it's easy to convince yourself that it's okay to take it, that maybe, somehow, you deserve it, that the universe made a mistake in your favor, and who are you to question that? Except it wasn't the universe, it was Westpac, and Westpac noticed. It took them about a week, 7 days, before someone in the bank's accounting department realized that something was very, very wrong, that an account belonging to a small-town gas station owner suddenly had a balance that didn't make sense. And when they traced it back, when they found the source of the error, they also found that the money was gone. Most of it, millions of dollars, vanished into the ether.